When you had this fight announced, like, I mean, did it feel like it was in a similar position as the Rakic fight? Like, I mean, did you feel like they were trying to make Stosic push him up into the higher echelons with a fight against you? Did that cross your mind at all?
Maybe a little bit. I've kind of accepted that role. There's a guy that can help people jump ranks like Rakic did, and now he's got a big fight tonight. So, because I have some skill and potential, and I think the UFC knows it. So, me just getting a win tonight, proving that I can't beat anybody, you know, that's the most important to me.
How happy are you with that win? Like, I mean, Stosic is a highly considered European prospect.
Yeah, everybody said he was going to rip my head off, especially his Serbian people. They're sending me some nasty stuff, and but it never got in my head. I knew, you know, this is his second fight in the UFC. I knew I had that on him, experience on him, and you know, you got to bring it. I don't care who you are, where you're from, you got to bring it in the UFC. So, but he did bring it, and it was a tough fight. It was a battle. I wish the fight would have went a little bit smoother on my end. I was hoping for a finish, but he was a tough guy, and he just didn't want to go out.
You dropped him there in the first round, but he was right back up again. Yep. It seemed like no matter what you kept doing towards him, he just kind of kept going forward. What goes through your mind in a fight like that where the guy just won't go down, just keeps on coming?
You got to do the same thing, and that's kind of what was going through my head. I'm like, oh, this sucks right now, but we got to get that win. And it kind of turned out to be a battle of control. He was grabbing me a lot, I was grabbing him a lot. He liked to put me on the cage. I was kind of letting him wear himself out in certain situations and just trying to be save my energy, and it ended up working. And then in between, getting those big strikes and a couple takedowns, I think, and ended up working.
When you did drop him, he was holding out to your hands. It almost looked like he had his fingers in the gloves.
I'm pretty sure he had that sewed up pretty good. And I'm surprised the ref didn't stop it, but you know, I was still trying to work, and I didn't want him to stop it because I had him in really good position, and so yeah, I just kept trying to get it out and ended up letting him up. So.
What about coming to compete in Europe? I mean, does that take a physical toll? I know a lot of people find it hard to cut weight, etc., when they have to go that transatlantic flight.
I'm getting used to it. I've been to Poland. In just like long trips, Poland out of U.S., Poland, Canada, Russia, and now here in Sweden. I didn't get to fight in Russia, but I still had to go through. Just a month ago, I went through the same weight cut, the travel, and everything. So I kind of had a hand up there, just going through the same process.
Then coming into round 3, did you have any expectations about pointing in those first 2 rounds? What was going through your mind?
Points?
Yeah.
I wasn't sure who won the rounds. It was such a close fight. They ended up giving them to me, so I'm happy about that. It must have been the takedowns and the damage and the power punches. I believe I did more damage to him. I know I cut him maybe in the 3rd round with the elbow or something like that, and I knew that looked good. And then my control. He had me on the cage maybe a little more, but he didn't do anything when he had me on the cage.
When will you be ready to step in the octagon again?
As long as my medical's clear, x-rays clear out good, then I'm ready whenever they sign me up for another one, wherever it's at.
Do you have your eyes on anyone else on this card? Obviously, we have a lot of light heavyweights.
Pick any of them. I lost to Rakic. A rematch would be cool, whether now or later on. But any of those other guys, they're big names, and you know, I'm ready to fight some big names again. I'm ready. I'm improving every fight, and ready to show what I'm made of.
Thanks very much.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Take it off the stand chair.